Good evening. Hello, Bricklings, Star Wars fans, and Lego fans. Welcome to LoBricks Live and Ask Leaky. We'll let everybody get into the chat room here, and we'll get started in a few minutes. I'll give a quick update on what's going to be going on this week with the videos, and then I'll get to the questions. So tomorrow we have a unboxing video. I just released a video. You can say I actually recorded today because I'm wearing my same Yoda shirt in that video. So we did a month in review, what's coming up in the month of March, and we have an unboxing video tomorrow. Assistant has a really cool video coming out on Wednesday that puts a lot more detail onto the escape pod crash. So we can't wait for that. And then this Friday, Assistant has something special planned. I know the new sets come out tomorrow, some brand new sets. I think there's 3 of them. There's the Imperial Shuttle. There's Poe Dameron's little mini X-Wing, which is pretty cool. And then I think it's a Tauntaun and a Speeder, probably when Han Solo rescues Luke. So that's what's going on this week. And we will start asking questions in a few minutes. So I'm going to put it back to the intro screen, and we'll get going here any minute. All right, guys, let's get into it. So tonight I will be answering questions. First, I'll be answering the questions that were submitted in the comments on this video. And then I'm going to be going to the Instagram comments or questions that were posted on Instagram. And then I'm going to go to the chat room so you can start lining up your questions. And I see we have so far, we've got Jonathan, Mr. Man, and Lego Wars. And Jonathan, I know you can't stay long. I was actually thinking about making this a little earlier on Sunday night, like at 7 o'clock. I know several folks have said they can't join this late, so might do that in the future. We release our Wednesday videos at 7. So I'm thinking about doing that on this video too. So with that, I'm going to get into the questions we got on the comments on Instagram. So Matt isn't here yet, but Matt Noko had asked this question, and Matt Noko says, not sure if it's been asked, but other hobbies or passions, current or in the past, any sports teams? Thanks. So thanks for that question, Matt. I don't think you're here just yet, but we will ask your question. And as I'm new to Streamlabs, I wanted to kind of bring in some pictures and stuff. So basically, as you guys know, maybe you don't know, I'm part of the 501st. And what the 501st is, it's a costume charity organization where me and the other 501st folks dress up like stormtroopers and other members of the Empire and the Rebellion. There's Darth Vader's, there's Chewbacca's, there's Luke Skywalker's, and I am a stormtrooper. I'm actually an Empire Strikes Back stormtrooper. So outside of Legos, obviously Star Wars is a huge interest of mine, and I'm a stormtrooper. And here's some pictures of me at various events. That's me with Weird Al. I was actually up on stage at a Weird Al concert during the Jedi song. And I can't remember exactly what it's called, but it's like Bye Bye American Pie. And then there's me on the dugout at Comerica Park at a Tigers game from a few years back. So that's definitely my one interest outside of Legos. I mean, it's still Star Wars, so that's... and then my favorite sports team is actually the Detroit Lions. So let me get this put up here. Oh, I got the picture is kind of screwed up here, but let me put me in. Still working on how LiveStream works. So I'm glad there's not many people in here to see this yet. But so, anyways, favorite sports team is the Detroit Lions, and I know that's not much of a sports team. You know, it's been pretty sad. I think we're on our like 22nd coaching change, and they just fired the coaching staff again. So it's been pretty pathetic to be a Lions fan. But yep, Detroit Lions is my favorite team. And then you guys probably want to know about assistant and his interest too. And here is the assistant. That is, his face has been blacked out for protection, both for the audience and for him. But assistant really likes architecture. He loves doing Minecraft, building buildings. He loves he's into architecture. He's into, and he also really likes Tesla. So he loves the electric vehicle. So that is what assistant's interests are. So that's, hopefully that answers your question, Matt. And I know you're not in here yet, but hopefully you come back and see that after. So the second question we got, and this is from GovGray8, and he asked, what LEGO Star Wars sets are you excited for in 2021, assuming the leaks are accurate? Mine has to be the Bad Batch shuttle. So in order to do that, I wanted to pull up the link, or the sets, or the rumored set. So this came from BrickFan. I got a list of the rumored sets that are out there. You know, no big surprise. They're going to be another Advent calendar. They mentioned an Ultimate Collector Series R2-D2. There's an Ultimate Collector Series Republic Gunship. There's one that's not on here that I heard a rumor of, and I think it's more than a rumor at this point. I think they're going to be doing a UCS or Master Building Series AT-AT, an AT-AT. And as you guys know, one of the things... Oh, there it is. It's actually on there. Totally missed it. Ultimate Collector Series AT-AT for $800, and that might be euros. So, and there's the Bad Batch shuttle. And I heard the Mandalorian Fighter. I'm not sure what that is. And so anyways, I am very excited about the AT-AT. That's probably the most exciting series. And this kind of gets to something, and I see it in the chat room now with Mr. Man, our next mock. So one of the things that we've been talking about is what's our next mock going to be, and where are we going to put it? Because we do not want to destroy the Tatooine mock. So we really are getting into Hoth. And so if we could get the Ultimate Collector Series AT-AT, but it's $800, and if we wanted to do the Millennium Falcon, that could get really expensive. But we did find a spot for our next mock without having to dismantle the Tatooine one. So following Tatooine, we're leaning towards Hoth. It's not for sure yet. But anyways, back to GovGray's question, I am looking forward to the Ultimate Collector Series AT-AT. Don't know if I'm going to be able to get it yet. And I am looking forward to the Imperial Shuttle, which is coming out tomorrow. So we'll see where that goes if we can get our hands on that. So next question, and this one. Thanks again, Govgrave, for that question. I think I'm pronouncing your name right. So the next question comes from Christian Campbell. Hey, LoBricks, are y'all planning on adding Luke's sand hut that he lived in from New Hope to this mock? And I think we talked about this before, but we just didn't have enough room for the Lars homestead, and I think that's what they call it. I know it's iconic, and it's where Luke looks up at the twin suns, but it takes up a ton of room. It's like this big open space in the desert. And when we were kind of picking what we wanted to do, between Jabba's Palace and the Sandcrawler and Mos Eisley, we really wanted Mos Eisley, which you guys know. We wanted the cantina and all of that. And we kind of went a little nuts on Mos Eisley. And then in the Dune Sea, we wanted to do the escape pod crash, which actually we're revisiting in this week's video. Assistant is doing that. So we are not going to be able to add the Lars homestead to the board. If we could do something, in fact, something that's coming in March, and when you watch the March video, you'll see that we did sort of replace it with something, and we do have Ben's hut. So, but it's not the Lars homestead. I don't think we're going to get it in there. If we could, we would, but that's going to be really tough. So we are not going to be able to do that. So, sorry, Christian Campbell, if you're looking forward to it. I know there's a lot of Tatooine mocks out there where they do add the Lars homestead. So there's and I've been looking at other mocks too, because I know there was another question we had a few weeks back about Anakin's childhood home and Mos Espa, which is the other Mos on Tatooine. And we didn't get a chance to add that either. Although we did add Anakin, Padme, Qui-Gon, and Jar Jar into Mos Eisley, even though they were never at Mos Eisley. So that I think, maybe someday, we were saying when we move the Tatooine mock down, we might be able to expand on it. I think that'd be cool in the future. Although, in all honesty, we've been working on Tatooine now. We started in July of last year. We've been working on it for about 6 months. So, we're kind of anxious to move on to something new. And so that's why, maybe we'll revisit it someday. We're not going to dismantle Tatooine, so maybe we can expand on it. And I think the only iconic thing we don't have is, in fact, the Lars homestead and Luke's hut. So maybe someday in the future, but in this round, and if we get to Brick World, it won't be there in time for Brick World. So thanks, Christian Campbell, for your question. Appreciate it. And let's get to our next question. And this is actually the last submitted question that we had before LoBricks Live. It was a little light this week, and I've noticed YouTube in general has been a little light in the month of February, but Assistant assures me, don't worry, it's not because you stink and nobody wants to see your old leaky face and the mock. It's just that February is normally a slow time for LoBricks. So hopefully that's true, fingers crossed. But so the final question we had submitted before tonight's live stream was from Commander Cody 2224. Are you going to put Jabba's Palace on the mock? And this is a question we've been asked a lot, and it's actually the timing is perfect because in the month of March, and as you guys have saw on our Instagram account, we are going to be adding Jabba's Palace, and the answer is yes. And a couple of things I want to show you guys here. So first of all, here is our Instagram account, and I think everyone in the chat room now is following it, but if you come back and watch this live stream later, our Instagram is _LoBricks, and this is where we kind of give little teasers or sneak peeks for what's coming in the future. And most recently, and I got to be honest with you, Assistant manages our Instagram, and he posted these two kind of teaser shots of both the Rancor Pit and Jabba's Palace. So these are coming soon. And we're pretty sure, we're 99.9% sure that we will be kicking off Jabba's Palace in the month of March. And if you watch the video from earlier today, what's coming in March, we talked about Jabba's Palace. So we're going to be doing it in March, but it's going to take a while. We were kind of talking about how we're going to do this. Assistant actually showed me his idea for Jabba's Palace and how he's going to do the mountain surrounding it. And we don't have a big, giant area for it, so it's going to take up a ton of room to do it. And we are going to do the staggering. We're going to have the Rancor Pit under Jabba's Palace. And we're slowly assembling the minifigures as well, because we want to get as many of them as we can. So one more time, if I can get this to work, I'm going to put our Instagram back up there. So our Instagram is _LoBricks. You can follow us on there, and that's really where we are going to kind of give sneak peeks in the future. So thank you, Commander Cody, for that question. And that wraps up the questions that we had submitted ahead of time. So now I am going to go to the chat room, and I know we only have 4 folks in the chat room, so maybe we'll just kind of open forum this a little bit if we don't get a ton of questions. But I'm going to go back to the very beginning on the chat room, and let's see, who do we got in here? Mr. Man, Jonathan St. Croix, Matt Noko, glad you came. Oh, you got to see it from the beginning. That is very cool. I'm glad you got to see the answer to your question. I see we got Lego Wars in here, and Dyslexic Lad and Carter. So let's see. Oh, Jonathan, you're moving soon. Where are you moving to? Are you staying in Quebec, or are you moving out somewhere else? And I know, for those of you who don't, I think you know this. Everyone in the chat room probably knows this. But we are, I am in Michigan, and I'm in the Detroit area. So, Jonathan, you're straight up, I think you're straight north of me, maybe a little west in Quebec. So I wonder where you're heading off to. And Mr. Man was talking about, yes, how much the MOC, how big or how small it's going to be. It is, I kind of answered this already, but we were talking about Hoth. And we're actually have a little more room for the next MOC. This one, we only had 4x8 for the ping pong table. Holja, welcome. Scatu, Dyslexic Lad, thanks for joining us. And Carter, welcome, Carter. So we're really leaning towards Hoth. And there's a couple of sets that are coming out this year that definitely have us interested in doing Hoth. We wanted to do the one bay with the X-Wing fighters. Definitely wanted to have at least 3 walkers. I don't know about the UCS walker, the $800 walker, and that might be huge. I don't know how big that's going to be. And obviously, if we wanted to do the Millennium Falcon and Mos Eisley, if we're going to do Hoth, we got to have an area with the Millennium Falcon. Got to have that. But the one thing that is eluding me is a speeder, a snow speeder. The last one they came out with was the 20th anniversary snow speeder with Lando. It was the 20th. It was the one that came with the little 20th anniversary Lando figure, and that one's already been discontinued. I think it's going for over $100, and the snow speeder in that wasn't that great. So I need to find a good snow speeder build. If we can do that, I think that'll seal the deal, and we'll jump into our next MOC, my own creation, which is Hoth. All right, Carter, I have an idea for the Hoth MOC. Would be the Spider Cave in the Mandalorian episode in Season 2. I don't know if they were actually on Hoth, but I think it would still fit in. Yeah, I know that wasn't Hoth, but that was a really cool scene, man, where those spiders broke into the Mandalorian and kind of the new, they're not rebels anymore, they're the New Republic fighters, Rangers of the New Republic. And they came in and rescued Mando, and they were the ones that kind of tore his ship all apart and forced it to get repaired. So that would be cool. Or maybe we could at least get the ice spiders in there. And I know in the original Empire Strikes Back, there's a whole deleted scene where the Wampa, the giant snow creature that actually attacked Luke, actually attacked the base itself. and the whole scene was cut, and I think it was cut because the Wampa wasn't the puppet was kind of crap, so they didn't include that. But yeah, I think we got to get some ice spiders in there. I agree with you, Carter. All right, Dyslexic Lad. Okay. So what is, in your opinion, the best Lego minifigure set? So Dyslexic Lad, Mr. Brew, come on now. Look at who's Mr. Brew. I saw that question. So our best Lego minifigure set so far, I really like the Simpsons ones, but again, I'm 50 years old. I love the Simpsons. It's, there's other people that like, different things. Clearly, if they came out with a custom minifigure set of Star Wars, that would instantly be my favorite, unless they totally screwed it up and they put some really bad minifigures in there. But I like the Simpson one, and then there's several of the series. These aren't the custom ones, but series. The one that had the judge in it, and I can't remember which one that was. If Assistant was here, he could tell me. But I really like that one. Okay, and Dyslexic Lad had a follow-up question here, and I know I'm a little behind in the chat, so I'll catch up to you guys. Are you guys going to move into other things like Lego City or other stuff? And I hear what you're saying. This is outside of Star Wars. I always wanted to do a Lego City MOC, and this kind of goes into Matt Noko's question, which is, were you timid about starting the channel? And we were actually talking about starting another channel, or maybe just adding on to this one, for other Lego MOCs outside of Star Wars. Like, I can tell you for certain, a Lego City MOC would be a lot cheaper than Star Wars. The branded Star Wars sets are really expensive. And Lego City, man, you could make a huge MOC for probably a quarter of the price. So I would love to do that. I don't know if we're going to be able to because of space, but we'll see. If we get monetized and we can get maybe like a pole barn or something where we can make tons of MOCs, then we would get into that. Okay, Matt. Back to your question, were you timid about starting a channel? I've been nervous about starting a hiking channel and promoting it for a few weeks and would like to know your thoughts. So, Matt, I think we said this on a previous live stream, but we really didn't have the intention of starting a YouTube channel. This was really me and the assistant, who I've said this before, he's my son. We just wanted to do something where we were kind of locked down with the big nasty of 2020. And we just started building the MOC in our basement just for fun. And then we heard about Brick World, and we're like, oh, it'd be really cool to bring this MOC out there to show. And we went to apply for Brick World. They needed like a portfolio. They needed pictures of the Tatooine MOC. They wanted to see it. So we're like, where could we record the MOC and have it so we could share it with Brick World? So we just did the channel. We didn't really expect anyone to look at it or watch it. And then I kind of got into it. I started to get, I made made graphics, and I started doing videos. So I really just did it. And I went on to, there's thousands of, how to start a YouTube channel, how to get to 500 subscribers, how to get, what's the best way to do content. And every one of them, there were some really bad ones, there were some really good ones. Eventually I should put a link into which ones I did. But they all said the same thing. It doesn't matter about the quality, just start, just do it, right? But I did hear this. I heard that audio, and I think I heard this from Assistant. He said that audio is much more important than video. So I wouldn't go out and, buy a DSLR camera and all of that. We didn't. We actually shoot all of our videos on my Samsung phone. That's why our video quality kind of looks like junk. But we did get good microphones. So I would say just do it, man. Just launch it. I'll subscribe to you, Matt. All right. Hold you against. Thanks for joining. Mr. Man, what is up? Are we guys going to do reviews on Star Wars sets? It's funny you should ask that, Mr. Man. I think that Assistant might do one this week. There's the new Imperial shuttle coming out. It's technically part of Tatooine, because in the New Hope, and it's the special edition of New Hope, which some people don't like. I'm not crazy about it. Hand shot first. He will always shoot first, in my opinion. But they have a shuttle flying over Tatooine. Now, it's not really the same Imperial shuttle, but I think that assistant is planning to do an Imperial Shuttle review very soon, if maybe even this week. And then, okay, Dyslexic Lad, what would you ever do a mock of the prequels? You know, one of my favorite mockers, I don't know how you say that. Is it a mocker, a mock, my own creation guy? But GM Productions just finished a Naboo mock, which I thought was really, really cool. And if you guys haven't seen GM Productions, check his channel out. You know, there's been so many Clone Wars mocks, a lot of battle mocks, and I love GM Productions mock, but I would want to find something that hasn't been done before. I've seen Geonosis mocks, so I'd want to, you know, do something different. Even like Mustafar, the final duel. There's tons of those. So I'm not really into the prequels. I could see us doing a mock if we ran out of ideas. Probably going to stick with the original series for a little bit, but in Mandalorian and there's going to be so many new Star Wars shows. You know, there's probably going to be tons of stuff we can do mocks on, but probably not Dyslexic Lad. Probably not going to do a mock in the prequel. Okay, Johnny Hunt. Hey man, love your Tatooine mock. Thinking about doing one of my own. What kind of base plates did you use? The Lego sand ones from the website seem to have retired. Oh, Well, in the last live stream, I showed you guys where I got it. I went to Amazon and I literally just typed in Lego tan base plates, and they had several different. They all seem to be from the same company, so hopefully that company didn't go out of business. But they were about 14 to 16 bucks for like 8 of them. That's what I did, and it's literally impossible to get them from Lego. Like you said, I think Lego themselves retired those. They're very hard to get, or they're extremely expensive. And we're gonna see. I'm hoping that Brickworld doesn't care that the base plates are not Lego. You know, they want authentic Lego pieces, but I think the base plates they don't care. But we'll see. Maybe Brickworld will boot me for not having authentic Lego base plates. So Johnny, I'll try to put in the comments section a link to where I found it on Amazon, but just go to Amazon, search on Lego sand base plates, and you'll find them for pretty cheap, 14 to 16 bucks, and you get 8 of them, 8 to 10 of them, which is very cool. Mr. Brew, I think I'm going to avoid your questions. Yeah, I don't want to get into any Star Wars erotic fan fiction off of LoBricks. That's not our bag. So Matt Noko, I know he uses some cheap. Yep. Thanks for you answered my question. So Mr. Man, do you feel bad, LoBricks? There's a Starlink rocker launch tonight live on YouTube. Is that where everybody goes? Is that where everyone is? I know we only have 6 users here tonight. There must be SpaceX is launching a new rocket tonight. And back to interests, one thing I forgot to mention about assistants is he loves SpaceX, and he really watches the launches and that. And we are planning to go down to Florida to watch a launch one of these days. So hopefully that it didn't just pull from our audience. Everybody's out watching the Starlab launch, and I know Perseverance landed on Mars just about a week ago, and so now we have that little rover there, and they're actually going to fly a helicopter for the first time on Mars. And one thing Assistant told me about Perseverance is I guess it only moves like a couple of inches a day. I thought it was like rolling around like you saw the movie The Martian. They're just rolling around all over the place, but I guess it moves really slow because they don't want it to get sand in it, or I don't know. But so really it takes it almost like 10 months just to essentially just to like move like a mile. It's going to take like a year for Perseverance. So yeah, Dyslexic Lad actually left to go watch it. Well, maybe that's where all our audience is tonight. They all went and watched the Starlab. But I had mentioned to Jonathan earlier that we're thinking about doing our future live streams an hour earlier, to do them at 7 o'clock instead of 8, because I know I've been getting some feedback that it starts to get very late for folks. So Dyslexic Lad has a question. What's the next minifigure unboxing you will do? So we were just perusing eBay tonight in the interwebs to find the next minifigure unboxing. And I know I think we've done, let's see, we've done Series 2, Series 4, Series 5, and we did the Lego Movie 2. And we're kind of like the two that we've been looking at that are really expensive is Series 1. It goes for like $280. Series 3 is super expensive. And then Series 10, I think that's the one that had the gold brick minifig in it. And that one is, I don't know how much it is. It's like $5,000 or something. It's like a gold minifigure. And so Series 10 is insanely expensive sealed, but you can get, individual ones. So I don't know if we're going to do series next. He was looking at the Batman one, the old Batman one from before. And so he's thinking about that one. And I don't know if you go back and watch the video from today, or what's up in the month of March, you'll see the Simpsons are behind me now. That's the one I want to do. I want Assistant to do a Simpsons unboxing. And we did want to know, put in the comments, do you guys like the unboxings? We've been doing stuff other than Lego Star Wars. We've been trying to branch out a little bit, especially Assistant. He really loves the minifigures. Is that something you guys are interested in? Because we know the mock videos get tons of views, and the other videos, and, we're still fairly new. We're only about 6 months old. So, so we're hoping that, we kind of branch out in our audience. So VA Explorations with Matt. That's an interesting handle you have there. Assistant should come on LiveStream Q&A off camera. Mr. Man, you silly nut. Yeah, so we've been talking for a while, like how we get Assistant involved. He is kind of shy, and I'm going to go back to Matt Noko's question, where this is probably for now the best we're going to get Assistant on camera. This is Assistant here. As you can see, his face has been distorted to protect both you guys, the audience, and protect Assistant. So, yeah, so one of the things that the YouTube rules is, I don't want to say how old Assistant is, but he is not quite ready for prime time on YouTube, although he will be shortly. And it looks like we're getting big calls for Assistant. Mr. Man wants him on. And Mr. Man and Dyslexic Lad are having M battles there. Oh, temporary username. That's Matt Noko. Okay. So, yeah, so one of these days we'll get Assistant on camera. We'll do our best to see what we can do. And speaking of that, Assistant, obviously, if we go to Brick World, we're going to bring Assistant out there. So he will be at Brick World in Chicago if we go. We're going to have several Assistants, actually. I've got several people lined up that want to come out. I don't know if they're going to let us do any 501st stuff at Brick World, dressing up like stormtroopers or anything like that. But I think Assistant will be there, so you can meet him in person and get your picture with him and all of that. But on camera, and we could even have him off camera. And in the live streams, the normal live streams, he's definitely off camera. But for the Q&As with Leaky, he so far he hasn't joined that. But yeah, we'll see. So okay, so Carter has another question for us here. What characters would you like to see in the new Lego Star Wars Saga game? Love the content you guys do, by the way. Thank you, Carter. Real quick sidebar. I love the bantha that they had in the old Lego Star Wars, and I'm like, come on, guys! You did the Cantina set. Maybe they'll do it like a Lars Homestead UCS. Maybe if they did a Lars Homestead UCS, we would have done the Lars Homestead on the mock. But I love the bantha they had in that game. It was so cool. I was trying to find one just like that, but it would have been like a molded thing, like the dewback. But the characters I'm really looking forward to. I'm not a big fan of the new movies. I know we're gonna get Rey and Poe and Finn and Kylo Ren now, and you guys will have to remind me if there was a Lego Star Wars for the new saga. But what I would love, and I know that it's just going to be the 9 movies, is I would love kind of to be able to play more of the bounty hunter characters like Bosk, IG-88, Boba Fett. We're going to get Boba Fett, obviously, but I thought the bounty hunters would be cool. Those are the ones I'm really looking forward to, if they're going to have them. I don't know if they are. But other than that, you know, some of the from Return of the Jedi, I always love Lando Calrissian's co-pilot. I think his name is Na Nub. I always thought that guy was funny, and Admiral Akbar would be kind of cool. And then in the prequels, the old Star Wars video games, man, they had tons of characters, and so in the prequels, I always thought it'd be pretty cool to play with more of the Jedi in Order 66. Like maybe you get to fight back against the clones, some of the weirder Jedis, and I want to replay Palpatine's office scene where the Jedis come in and Palpatine just like takes them out like they're nothing. I was like, man, those guys were wimps. I want to see them like put up a little more of a fight in that scene. So, hey Mason, welcome Mason. Thanks for coming. And Dyslexic Lad says, will there be a Lego Star Wars game, Leaky, let's play? Yes, Dyslexic, there is one coming. So we talked about that. So Carter, the characters you wanted to see would be Din Djarin in both regular and Beskar armor, Darth Raven, and Darth Malgus. So here's a question. I thought the Lego Star Wars Saga game, Skywalker Saga, I'm assuming it's the 9 movies. So I'm guessing that. Good night, Matt. Thanks for coming, man. VA Explorations, and yeah, kick off your channel, man. Let's do some hiking stuff. But thanks for coming tonight, Matt. So anyways, Carter, I don't know if the Star Wars Skywalker Saga, I don't think it is going to have them outside the 9 movies. I think that would be awesome. I think they should. But I don't think they will. And maybe future expansions. But man, I absolutely Din Djarin and Baby Yoda, and really all the characters from Mandalorian. Carl Weathers' character, you guys know, big Carl Weathers fan. So Grief Karga, that would be an awesome one to play. So, but yeah, I think they're just doing the 9 movies. So what was the guy's name from Texas? I don't know that one, Mr. Man. That has me stumped. So one of the things that I wanted to do a little bit, and this kind of goes back to, oh yeah, they would be DLC characters. You're right, Carter. And I know now that it's going to be more the old Lego games that came out like on Xbox and PlayStation. It was harder to get the DLCs, but I know now with Xbox One, PlayStation 5, I'm hoping they do a ton of DLCs. Like that would be cool, like almost like packs, like seasonal packs where they release maybe seasons of Mandalorian in the new Lego Star Wars, or from the upcoming shows, and Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Maul. I always thought it'd be cool if I know they said Skywalker Saga, but it'd be cool if they hit characters from Clone Wars, from Rebels. I really want to see Obi-Wan Kenobi versus Darth Maul, not just in Naboo but out in the desert in Rebels. I think that would be cool too. Dyslexic Lad, why is the Lego Star Wars unboxing videos playlist not working? Oh, one of our playlists isn't working. I'll have to get assistant on that. That is a good question. I don't know what's going on there. I'll have to check that out after I'm off the stream. And I wanted to jump back really quick to the Jabba's Palace question that Commander Cody asked. If I can get this to work here, let me get. And I wanted to ask a couple of questions of the chat room for the folks that are there about Jabba's Palace. So one of the things we were talking about was if we have it up on the mountain, would we want it kind of a pathway walking up to the mountain, or we want it just a mountain front on it? And what Assistant and I were talking about is to have a path, kind of a pathway leading up to it. And Jabba's Palace comes with a spider droid, and it also has kind of, it's not great, but the little ball that comes out of the door on the front door of Jabba's Palace, that that R2-D2 and C-3PO knock on the door. So we were going to have like a path leading up to it, and I think that's what we're going to do. But I'm opening this up to the chat room, or folks that watch this after the live stream, come back, let us know which way we should go. And then we were saying off of the Rancor pit, we were going to have the prison cells where they keep Chewbacca and Han Solo. And there's a specific Chewbacca that Assistant wants to use. It's the one that came with the UCS Cantina. It's not the only set it was in. But we don't want the Chewbacca that comes with Jabba's Palace. Just kind of he's kind of not a great Chewbacca. They have a better one. So we are getting our hands on multiple Chewbaccas for Jabba's Palace, and potentially the upcoming Hoth MOC. So so that is our plan. So not a lot of questions in the chat room. It's actually pretty slow tonight in the chat room, which understandable with the Skylabs launch going on. But also I know February, just a slow month for whatever reason. So one other thing that I wanted to do while I had you guys, and I'm going to try this out. I don't know if it's going to work. So I'm actually going to go to the screen display scene, and I am going to go to Brick World. I don't know if this is going to work. This could end up being a mess, but let's see if I can get Brick World up here. And I don't think I can. I don't think I can get Brickworld up. But I am going to do a quick check, because I heard today from our chat room, not this chat room, another chat room, that there was an update on Chicago 2021, something newer than what was posted. And I'll see if I can't copy and paste this into the chat room. I'll see if this works. Let's see if I can do this. This will let you guys know how adept I am at this new at Streamlabs. So what I am doing is I am grabbing something out of the Brickworld website about Brickworld Chicago, and I am saving it, and I'm going to try to bring it up real time in the live stream, and then this will tell me in the future if I can actually grab chats out of the chat box and put them into Streamlabs on the fly. So let me see here. I am going to add a source and brand new. And sorry guys, this is me learning Streamlabs on the fly. Let's see if it works. And it's a little slow tonight, so that's why I'm doing this, but I wanted to try this while it was live. And it looks like I did it, except now you can't see my face. Let me get rid of that. Let me put it down here. And I'm going to add it into this scene. All right, Brickworld, there you are. So, it's a little hard to read. I'll expand it up here. So I posted this a while ago. And hey, AC Fink, welcome. So essentially, this is the current status. And one of the things they said before was they were going to cut Brickworld back from 4 days to 2 days. But it shows again on the website that Brickworld is scheduled from June 17th to the 21st, 2021. And it's only the public days that are set to 2 days, which is the 20th and 21st. So I'm going to take that as a good sign. I'm going to take it that they actually are going to be doing Brickworld. We're still planning on going, but they still have not opened registration yet. So that we are kind of waiting with bated breath for that, and I think that is going to tell us what to do with the MOC. That if we're going to go really deep on Tatooine, which, you know, Assistant still wants to make the base plates look really good on Tatooine, kind of make them more like we did in the live stream last week, and it'll really depend upon what's going on with Brickworld. But as I mentioned earlier, we do have an area where we can build the new MOC and keep the old MOC there. So we could start to work on the new MOC, which again, kind of hint, it's probably going to be Hoth, while we're still working on Tatooine. So we got a little flexibility there. So, all right, so Dyslexic Lad. Oh, we have a question in the chat room. Thank goodness. Are you bailing me out, Dyslexic Lad? Do you play any video games? And I think we answered this before, but I definitely am not a huge like first-person shooter game. I play Hearthstone and I played World of Warcraft in the day, but assistants, the other assistant, Assistant 2, recently told me that he wants to get me into Red Dead Redemption 2. Which is a Western, and I love Westerns. That's why I love Mandalorian. Mandalorian is essentially a Western. So Red Dead Redemption 2 I love. I'm sorry. Mandalorian I love because it's Western. So he thinks I would really like that. So I think I'm going to try playing that. But for now, I just play Hearthstone. And once in a while, I play World of Warcraft. And there's another game that I've been wanting to try, which is Hearts of Iron. And it's a World War II game. So I might give that one a try in the future. So, and let me pull up. Oops. Go back to this again. So there was one other, this was a question I had for the, one other question I had for the chat room was, when we move the MOC, when we actually have to put it onto a truck, move it out to Chicago, and put it on there, one of the things that we were talking about, and I talked about this earlier, was expanding upon it, like maybe moving it down and doing that. So they require you to have a 4x8 total section. And our MOC is 4x8, but I don't think it is... I don't think it fits the bill. So we have to build a couple of little other things off to the side. And they don't really want you to build kits, or I'm sorry, they don't want you to actually just come with regular Lego Star Wars sets. So we might have to build a couple of other things outside the MOC, like mini MOCs or other sets. So, and I'm kind of throwing it out here, and I'm going to be throwing it out in the chat room as well, is how many, what are other like little MOC type things we could do? They don't necessarily have to be related to Tatooine. They could be related to Hoth, but something that's more creative. They haven't done a set for it. So here's a question for the chat room. What are Lego ships or Star Wars ships or Star Wars sets that they haven't made that you could do like a little mini MOC of? And that's something, you know, I'll throw it out to the chat room, see if you guys have any ideas, because I think we are going to have to bring more stuff to Brickworld. All right, let's go back to the chat room. Dyslexic Lad, 2 assistants. Yeah, technically we only have 1 assistant. The other is not really assistant. He comes once in a while. He'll kind of get interested in the MOC and that. But he did buy his first big Lego set, and I'll call him Assistant 2. He bought the Nintendo, the old Nintendo, and I think it was like $300. It was at the Lego store. He bought that Nintendo, which has a TV, and it actually has a little crank where you can see Mario like going across the screen. I thought it was really cool, and he's about halfway through it. So maybe that will get assistant number 2 more involved, but I think he is going to come to Chicago with us. So also, how long will we be making unboxings for? So right now, we have unboxings basically all the way through April. We went crazy at Christmas. We went to Bricklink and ordered a ton of sets. Dyslexic lad. Tron. What is it with you guys in Tron? There's this guy Zanderland. I haven't seen him in a while. I haven't been in the chat room, but he loves Tron. Yep, that was the one guy. His name was Zanderland. Loves Tron. And I don't think we're going to do any Tron for Brick World. And I should go and see if Zanderland, he might disagree with me. But yeah, and review on Tron. No Tron reviews in the near future, but we'll see. So yeah, we are. I lost my. Oh yeah, how many unboxings or how long we're going to do unboxings for? So yeah, we pretty much have it ready through May, and the worry is, and this has already started to happen. Our mock videos we're building before we can show the unboxing videos, because we're only doing one unboxing a week. So actually, a while ago, I actually did 2 unboxings in the same week, and you know, we're definitely getting, the unboxings are getting faster, or the mock is getting done faster than we can do the unboxings. So once a week. Oh, the one robot band that made Tron broke up. Yeah, I don't even know what you're talking about there. So well, we got about 9 minutes left in the before we call it a night. So I am going to go back to Christian Ray. When you make the Sarlacc put Boba Fett in his mouth, you know what? That is actually a great idea. I love that. Putting Boba Fett in his mouth. Yeah, to be honest, so right now, Christian, if you watch the Crate Dragon video, right now the background of the Sarlacc cave is just like this black like outline. But I was trying to think of a way if we could, because Boba Fett technically escaped the Sarlacc by that time, but I thought it would be cool to have some reference that Boba Fett was in his like stomach, and I think Boba Fett only has some of his armor, so I don't know if we could like stick some Boba Fett leg plate up there, or maybe his jetpack like just stuck in the middle of the Sarlacc. I think that would be funny. So I'm with you, Christian. I think that would be very cool. We'll make that happen. So, the robot band, Daft Punk. Yep, Daft Punk broke up. I don't think they are related to Tron, though. This is something, you guys should go visit Zanderland's live stream, and you could ask him that. If Daft Punk and Tron have any relationship, I don't believe they do. I got a ping here about one video game that I forgot. And, we had talked about the Lego Star Wars, and the whole history is I like a lot of the other Lego games, and one that comes to mind was Indiana Jones, and I think they're going to be making a new Indiana Jones movie. And I read a news article about if they do make a new Indiana Jones movie, they're probably going to do more Indiana Jones Legos. And I love the Indiana Jones Lego sets, and they had another one that was like it was like an Egyptian pyramid one, and it had mummies in it. So I thought that would be really cool. So I forgot, Indiana Jones Lego video game was another video game that I played and still play, and I loved it. So that one is one that I wanted to check out too. And then there's, I've heard a lot about this Cyberpunk game, and I know it's first person, and I get a little, what do you call it, motion sickness when I play first person shooters. But there's another one, assistant number 2 got an Oculus, and they have this Darth Vader game that looks really cool. And I guess there's the new Republic series from Star Wars that they're also coming out with an Oculus VR game for that, where you can, I don't think you fight Yoda, but Yoda's in there and you're fighting alongside Yoda with lightsabers. So that's something else I definitely wanted to check out. On the side, you could build the twin sun. So Christian, you know what's funny is we always try to arrange the lights over the Tatooine MOC so it always kind of reflects two suns. Doesn't always work. So we kind of have our twin suns. And then something else that we want to do, and I know it would be cool to have Luke kind of looking up at him. But since we have Luke and Ben up on Ben's hut up there, and they're kind of looking up into the sky, I was thinking if we could have some sort of backdrop, just like you're saying, having Luke look up at the two suns, it would be kind of neat to have. And I don't know where they put you at Brick World, if they put you up against a wall or if they have you in the center. But some sort of backdrop where you're looking up at the sky, and we could also have some, sand dunes in the distance, and maybe we could do it kind of like they do on the Lego video game, where it's kind of Lego-y, if that makes any sense. So Carter is saying Lego Indiana Jones was one of my favorites back in the day, and it's the first game that I got 100% completion on. Me too, actually. I didn't get through Star Wars before I got through Indiana Jones. And I clearly remember there being Lego Indiana Jones sets. I don't think we have any. I don't think Assistant got any when he was a kid. But I remember them, and I want more of those. I really want the truck that Indiana Jones was under, or the Well of the Souls where they stored the Ark of the Covenant. But Mr. Man, you silly, you crazy man. So we have about 4 minutes left. Not a lot of questions tonight. We'll see. Maybe I need a little more time between Ask Leaky sessions to build up a backlog of questions. But I did want to thank the folks that came tonight. Christian, Matt Noko, Lego Wars, Jonathan St. Croix. I know Jonathan had to leave early, and so did Matt. I think I am definitely going to be doing these an hour earlier. And also thanks to, let's pull up these guys' questions one more time here. Wanted to thank Matt for his question. And let's see. Gav Gray, that was a great question about the 2021 sets. Thanks to Christian Campbell, and probably different than Christian Ray, about the Luke Sandhut. Is that you, Christian? Are you the same one that said that I should put Luke's thing in there? Maybe a different question, or a different Christian. And then finally, Commander Cody for the Jabba's Palace MOC, which you will be seeing later this month. We're going on record. So once again, in the final minutes here, kind of let you know what's coming. Go watch my month in review video that I posted earlier today. We also, so this Wednesday is going to be Dune Sea. We're going into the Dune Sea, and System made a really cool addition to the MOC. He's really doing some really good texturing work in the center of the MOC now, the Tatooine MOC. On Friday, we're going to have another video. Probably going to touch on one of the new sets, we've got in the Imperial Shuttle, the Poe Dameron little X-Wing fighter, or the Tauntaun versus Mini Speeder. One other note about the Hoth MOC, I don't think I would ever do Mini Speeders. We tried that with Tatooine and the Skyhopper base. You saw what happened to the Skyhopper base. They had the little mini Bantha, and after a while, that mini Bantha drove me nuts. So I had to build my own bigger, better Banthas. So we're more than likely going to get the Imperial Shuttle and do a review on that, and that's up to Assistant. That'll be the Friday video. And then as we get deeper into March, we're going to be showing the Beggar's Canyon, a really cool scene, although there's a lot to it, so we're going to work on that for a little bit more. And then we are definitely going to start in the month of March. I'm going on record. You can call me a liar if we don't do it. We're going to be starting Jabba's Palace. So with that, guys, I am going to say good night. Thanks, everybody, for coming. Hopefully we get more folks into the Ask Leaky in the future. And we will see you guys all later. And thanks again for coming. Please like, please subscribe to our channel, hit the notification bell. Again, one more time, I'm going to pull up the Instagram, if I can do it here. Pull up our Instagram for anyone that just joined us. If I can do it, put it in front of it. There it is. Get the Rancor out of there. Get out of there, Rancor. Our Instagram is _LoBricks, and you can follow us on there and get all of the latest and greatest. And we will see you guys later. Have a great night. Thanks, everybody, for coming. Thanks for your questions. And again, leave any more questions in the comments. We'll definitely answer them. And I don't know when we are going to do our next live stream. We've been like doing a ton of build work outside of the live stream. Particularly in Jabba's Palace. It's driving us crazy. So, but we'll do one soon, and I'm actually going to be out of town for a little bit, so assistant is going to be running the show for a week or two without me, but we got a lot of videos in the backlog, so I won't be missing anything. So just not sure when we're going to do our next live stream, but we'll do it soon. So you guys have a great night. Thanks, everybody, for coming. Now we can go watch the Space Link launch, and we will see you all later. Have a great night, and bye.